Hi, this is Jeremy Lickness with C Sharper Image, and today I'm going to show you a really quick tip for debugging Angular applications. And I'm going to navigate to Angular's own website, and if we view the source for the website, you can see in the source we've got ng controllers and so forth. So this is definitely an Angular application. Now, it's easy. In a lot of videos you may see the controller and the code, and it's easy to step through exactly what happens when you click a button. But I've had the privilege of working on a very large application, and sometimes you may be in a single page application where there are literally dozens of controllers and services and modules. And so when you're troubleshooting, it may not be as easy as just looking at the code to figure out where things are. So I'm going to show you a very fast and easy way to figure things out. What we're going to do is scroll down here where we have videos by topics, and you can see as we click these different buttons it will filter the topics differently. So let's assume we had some issue with the button click here and we needed to troubleshoot it. So I'm in Google Chrome, and I'm going to hit F12 to bring up the Chrome developer tools. Now I could either right click on this and inspect the element. That's one way that I can highlight this button, or I can use this magnifying glass and come out and select it that way. But what happens is that element gets highlighted, and here you can see the element, you can see it has a class, and you can see there's an ng click that does this filter by category. So I know this is the method that I need to look for. Well, what's nice about Angular when you're running in Chrome is once you've selected this context, you have access to the scope because the scope is bound to the DOM. So if I come into the console and type scope, you're going to see that that scope object is available. Now, if I wanted to do this in another browser, didn't have this interaction, what I could do is basically use a document selector, etc., and then I would just pass it to a function called Angular element. So once you have a DOM element, and by the way, $0 is the currently selected element in the Chrome console, then you can just call scope like that and pick up the scope, and you can see it's the same scope. So then what we do is we expand that and come down to the prototype. In the prototype, we've got this filter by category. That's the method that we saw was called. So now we can show function definition, and now we are inside the source for the JavaScript for that particular function. So I can set a breakpoint here, and then when I click on this, I'm immediately debugging where I want to be. So this is a very easy and fast way, regardless of how large your Angular application is, to quickly troubleshoot exactly where the source code is that's being activated when you perform a function, and to debug into the code. Again, this is Jeremy Lickness. This is my blog, csharperimage.jeremylickness.com.